taking your own business to be listed on the Indian Stock Exchange, what were some of the biggest things that happened in that 10-year period to lead to that success?
So it's a very interesting journey because I started out as a garage company. We founded on debt. We would never get equity capital. We would not get VCs in India back in the day to fund. So in the world of startups of today, we actually had to borrow money from the bank. My father had to put our house on the line. As an 18, 19-year-old, you're writing personal guarantees and you're putting your house on the line because that's the only way you can buy a computer whose value we all know diminishes in 12 months. So if you don't succeed, you've basically completely destroyed whatever sort of family wealth you have or whatever you've got. And that's a massive responsibility and pressure for any young person to take. And then as we sort of grew and became incredibly successful, we got to a place where, it felt like the only way we could actually take our business from India and take it to the world was to go public because, we wanted to have currency. We wanted to have visibility and credibility so that people in America and the UK and other places that saw our industry in a very distant manner. It was not a business that had proven itself or an industry that had proven itself. So being a public company, I thought would give us a lot of credibility, like people would take us more seriously, that we're a legit business. We're not just a fly-by-night and we've not just come into America or the UK as this little Indian startup that's so far away from the world when internet wasn't necessarily out and about in people's hands. It was a much different time. And so that is where the idea to go public happened. Every big event has its own story. And the day I opened my IPO and I was in Mumbai after doing my trade shows all over the world, come back to Mumbai, I'm in my press briefing and it's called the Black Monday. The market tanked 1,000 points and all the press ran from my press conference to sort of figure out what's happening in the capital markets. And what was meant to be a glorious capital markets event turned into be an absolute damp squib, and we had to really work hard in somehow getting over the line. Fortunately, I had great investors backing me, so we came through on the other side, but it was not the outcome we expected, or it was just timing, nothing we could do. So that happened, and then before you know it, a year later, we were up 500%. Like it was like a absolute challenge, and then we were up, and then again we had the writer's strike and the actor's strike of 2008 and the Lehman crisis. So I've seen a lot of ups and downs, a lot of volatilities, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's a sort of a indicator of better times to come. And now these days, every time something bad happens, I'm like, okay, no problem. We've dealt with a lot of these crazy situations in our life. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and that sort of is how we've continued to sort of plow ahead.